Shalom, shalom. Giving our honor, glory, and praise to the Heavenly Father, Bluff, and Allah Kodash, which is the whole Hebrew tongue, by saying, Call her name like Hawa, Allah, Nawi, Hawa, Bashim, Shai, by Shem, Hawa, Kakadash, my mom. Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, who rule and teach well. I want to give another double honors to my elder, Hair, Marisha, all of the lines stand camp. Peace and blessings to all the men, women, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of this earth. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. It says, Thou should be visited of the Lord of hosts, talking about Yahweh with thunder. Thou should be visited of Yahweh with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. All right. And the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, but in the NLT it says all the nations fighting against Jerusalem. All right. So, so like metaphorically, but in a spiritual sense, Jerusalem representing the Lord's people. All right. Yasha'Allah. All right. The nation of Israel. All the nations fighting against Jerusalem will vanish like a dream. All right, and now we know according to prophecy, that it was two nations that were going to be born in Rebekah's womb. All right, pertaining to Jacob and Esau. Right, which the nation of Israel came from Jacob, and then Esau. All right, your Caucasian race, which is going to be the last nation that come up to fight against the Lord's people. All right, pertaining to prophecy, all right, that, they're going to, you know what, let's just grab this, all right. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Bear with me one sec. Salakia. This is Psalms chapter 1. All right, it says, Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. All right, so, basically, right now, all right, the kings of the earth are preparing battle, and the rulers, are your elites, your top international banking families, which mainly that's the Caucasian race. You know what I'm saying? Because turning to Job 9 and 24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Malachi 1 and 4 tell us who's the wicked is. All right, pertaining to Esau, the border of wickedness, that's a nation of wickedness. All right. So, they make up the heathen, all right, because you got heathens outside of them, who also fought against the Lord and his anointed, so like you fought against the Lord's people, through slavery, captivity, from before, we got all the way up to this point, okay? And you got them and Esau, the Caucasian race, coming together, all right? And those that are enemies to the Lord's people and his elect, that try to cut us off from being a nation, all right? They try to divide, which is mainly Esau, because he was set up to be the wicked, to, cunningly devise our people, but unless we should be ignorant of Satan's devices, but we are not ignorant, all right? We know he's getting ready to roll out this new digital system pertaining to the MO, the Mark B, all right, Revelations 13 and 16, that no man might buy, sell, or trade without it, all right? This new world order general is going to consist of, modern day slavery, man, where they mainly monitor every transaction, all right? They got your banking, they have your medical records, all that information stored up to this chip, all right? You're going to be able to clock in and work with it. You're going to be able to enter restaurants and stores to, buy, sell, whatever. Now, when you go into that word mark in the Greek, it goes into garagma, all right, which means to prick or cut or incision or prick of the skin, all right? And that's what they're going to implant, all right, this mark beads into the prick of your skin, all right? And you'll be able to scan it like a barcode, okay? Psalms chapter 2, verse 4, He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. All right, because all right, they're gonna eat, but the Lord, as soon as they go to fill their belly, pertaining to the book of Job, it's going to cast fire at them. And they're going to vomit all these riches up that they have conquered. They're going to vomit everything up that they have stole. All right, because America was built off slavery, rape, rob, and murder. All right, so they're going to they're fulfilling their judgment, by the things that they have done, and they're going to reap the consequences that come with it. They're going to reap the judgment that comes with it from Yahweh Bashim Shah, because he said, touch not my prophets, touch not my anointed, neither do my prophets no harm. All right, and these nations have done nothing but oppressed us. All right, they've broken a peace treaty with the ones who was at peace with them. All right, they come with all lying words and deceiving tongues, man, to get our nation to go off and turn their backs against the Lord and forget their power. All right, they've broken up, the family structure, the way how things ought to be in these days. So ultimately, that's the division, what they have separated between not only us but our Lord, by we following after their customs and their ways, trying to be like the heathen, in this wicked world. Well, this is their world. This is their time to be wicked, but the Lord have an expected end for all of us, all right? And though the joy of the hypocrite be but for a moment, yet he should not go unpunished, all right? Psalms chapter 2, verse 5, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure, all right? So rebuking them with fierce, all right, fury, those intercontinental ballistic missiles that's going to get shot off in the midst of World War III. All right. All right. Well, they're going to reap the judgment pertaining to Revelations 14. All right. The ones who submit and bow down to this system. Let's get it. Revelations 14. And let's go all the way down to verse 6. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear Yahweh by Shem Shah, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, which Babylon today represents America. All right, that great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, that goes into, passionate immorality. All right, because this is a lawless place, man. This is a place where there's no knowledge or mercy or loving kindness of the Lord, man. There's no truth in this place, man, because this place is full of deceitful lies and robbery. All right. And the Lord and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right. So, that's going to be that judgment that I was talking about. But, back in the book of Isaiah 14, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear, from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, all right, America, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. All right. With their tyrannical laws and their draconian measures, all right, they found many ways to oppress the Lord's people. All right, but there's going to be a regime change. The Lord's people are going to come into rulership with Yahweh Shai when he returns. And they're going to go into captivity. They're going to be in slavery. All right? They're going to be ruled over because they were once the oppressors by the Lord and his people. All right? Pertaining to his elect. So back up Isaiah the 29th chapter. Bear with me one sec. Moreover, let's read that in the NLT. But suddenly your ruthless enemies will be crushed like the finest of dust. Your many attackers will be driven away like chaff before the wind, suddenly in an instant. I, the Lord of heaven's armies, will act for you with thunder and earthquake and great noise, with whirlwind and storm and consuming fire. All the nations fighting against Jerusalem, talking about the Lord's people, will vanish like a dream. Those who are attacking her walls will vanish like a vision in the night. All right. So, yeah, man. It's going to happen in an instant. When an enemy shall come in like a flood, the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. All right. Against all these nations, man, that fight against the Lord's people. Back to the KJV. All right. And all the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, even all that fight against her and her munition that disgrace her, she bears a dream of a night vision. All right. In the spiritual sense, let's look at Ariel like the people of Jerusalem, man. All right. But mainly the Lord's people. All right. Israel. All right. It shall be as when a hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, his soul have appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations that fight against Mount Zion. All right, the enemies that come against the Lord's people, man, are going to be weak. They're going to have no power against the Lord's people, man. All right, because it's going to be given to the Lord's elect to rule them with a rod of iron, to beat them into shivers of pieces, man. All right, let's go to Psalms 47. Oh, clap your hands, all you people, shout unto Yahweh with the voice of triumph. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. He shall subdue the people under us and the nations under our feet. He shall choose our inheritance for us, the excellency of Jacob, whom he loved. Selah. Yahweh is going up with a shout, the Lord with the sound of a trumpet. All right, he's going to subdue our enemies, man. All right, it says, sing praises to Yahweh by Shemal Shai, sing praises to our king. Sing praises for Yahweh by Shemal Shai, the king of all the earth. Sing ye praises with understanding. All right. Yahweh by Shemal Shai reigneth over the heathen. All right. It says, God sitteth upon the throne of his holiness. The princes of the people are gathered together, even the people of the God of Abraham. All right. From the shields of the earth belonging to Yahweh by Shemal Shai, he is greatly exalted. Now the people, the God of Abraham, man. Our forefathers, Abraham, going back to Isaac, going back to Jacob, which the nation of Israel descended from. All right. So that's going to be that rejoicing, man. All right, let's go here. And the glory that's going to come. All right, with the lords of people being avenged. All right. From their enemies. It says, Psalms 149, verse 4, for the Lord take a pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh by Shemal Shai. All right. That's the honor that's going to come with them, man. For holding on to that crown in these times, not bowing down to this new world order agenda. All right. They're going to rule with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and they're going to have these heathens, all right, in subjection under Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Why? Because Psalms 147, verse 19, he showed his word unto Jacob, and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. All right. So, the Lord is only dealing with his people, man. Revelations 13. Verse 8. You know what? Verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb. So and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of the life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. Let's read that in the NLT. And all the people who belong to this world worship the beast. They are the ones whose names were not written in the book of life before the world was made, the book that belongs to the Lamb who was slaughtered, talking about Yahweh Shai. Anyone with ears to hear shall listen and understand. All right. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. The Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, holy people, enduring that persecution, man. Remaining faithful until the end. All right, their name is going to be written in the book of life. All right. Isaiah 29. When the Lord returns, it says, stay yourselves of wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. Talking about these heathens and 2/3 of our people, man. Which 2/3 of our people are heathens, but all right, the Lord have poured upon them a spirit of deep sleep and closed their eyes, man. All right, the prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered. All right, got these false prophets out there, man, leading our people astray, not really giving them the spirit of prophecy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Letting them know that Yahweh Shai is coming back to bring judgment upon this place and deliver his elect and his holy people. He's going to provide protection for them in the day when he returns, man. Even he doing so already. Got a spiritual hedge around them. All right? And anyone that fight against them, they're going to be judged. And 2/3 of our people can't understand this, man. They blinded to the message of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And the vision of all, verse 11, is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray that he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. They can't go into the mysteries and the breakdowns and the parables, man. They don't have the spirit of truth within them. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray that he said, I am not Lord. Wherefore the Lord say, for as much as his people draw near with me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise man shall perish, all right, Esau, Edom, and the understanding of their prudent man shall be hid. All right. Ooh. Let's read that in NLT. Isaiah 29, verse 13. No, I'm starting at 11. All the future events in this vision are like a sealed book to them. When you give it to those who can read, they will say, we can't read it because it is sealed. But Yahweh shall loosen those seals. All right. He went in, all right, according to the book of Revelations. All right. He was the one to get the book out of the Father's hand, Yahweh, that was sitting on the throne, and look therein, man. He loosened the seals. All right. Dealing with the prophecies. All right. That way we can measure the time diligently within itself in these times and line everything up according to prophecy. All right. So all the future events in this vision are like a sealed book to them, because the prophets, anytime they prophesied, they were prophesied about the times they were in or the time that they was getting ready to come into. So all the future events in this vision, they got the visions. The Lord revealed things to his servants, the prophets. All right. According to Revelations, Amos 3 and 7, his prophets are men. All right. His tabernacle is with men. He dwelt with men. All right. Just like he did with his disciples. All right. He shared his spirit. Sent out the Holy Spirit, man, through the earth to touch those same brothers in these times. All right. The ones that were disciplined enough to follow Yahweh Shai back then. Ultimately, all right, the spirit of the prophet is subject unto the prophet. So they come back in this lot doing the same thing. All the future events in this vision are like a sealed book to them. When you give it to those who can read, they will say, we can't read it because it is sealed. When you give it to those who cannot read, they will say, we don't know how to read. And so the Lord says, these people say they are mine. They honor me with their lips, right? But their hearts are far from me. And their worship of me is nothing but man-made rules learned by rote. Because of this, I will once again astound these hypocrites with amazing wonders. The wisdom of the wise will pass away, and the intelligence of the intelligent will disappear. All right. Going into Esau, man, and his science. Because the children of this generation are wiser than the children of their light. Let's get that. It might not pop up on here. Oops, like you. Right here, Luke 16:8. It says, and the Lord commanded the unjust steward because he had done wisely, for the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. God. Talking about Esau, Edom, man. They're the children of this generation. And that's why Isaiah 14:21, we're going to prepare slaughter for the iniquities of their forefathers, man, and their children. Allegedly. All right, thus saith the Lord. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will raise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. All right. The Lord says in the NLT, this is what the Lord of heaven's army says. All right, talking about Yahweh Shai Shai. I myself have rising against Babylon. I will destroy his children, and his children's children, says the Lord. All right. He said he's going to sweep it with a bosom of destruction. Meaning he's going to perform his will. He's going to fulfill these prophecies, man, that was given to him of the Father. All right. So, verse 24, the Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, you know what? Let's get that, verse 23. So, I will also make it a possession for the bitter. All right, in pools of water, I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts has sworn, Yahweh Shai, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purpose, so shall it stand. All right, now in these times it says, that I will break the Assyrian in my land, and upon my mountains tread him underfoot, then shall his yoke depart from off them. All right, the same thing is going to happen, all right, with our oppressors, man. The ones who got the yoke. If you look up who had a yoke around us in slavery, on Google, the images pop up. But, our oppressors got a spiritual yoke among our people, man, in the minds, where they're conforming to the ways of this world. And that's why the Lord said, love not the things that are of the world, neither the things that are in it. For the pride of life, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, is not of the Father. Therefore, the love of the Father cannot be in that person. All right, but that I will break the Assyrian in my land. Ultimately, that Assyrian will represent Esau, Edom today. All right, that I will break the Assyrian in my land and upon my mountains. So, let's read that in NLT. I will break the Assyrians when they are in Israel. I will trample them on my mountains. My people will no longer be their slaves, no bow down under their heavy loads. I have a plan for the whole earth, a hand of judgment upon all the nations. The Lord of heaven's armies has spoken. Who can change his plans when his hand is raised? Who can stop him? All right. Nothing's going to be able to stop the fulfillment of the Lord. All right. These prophecies, man, coming to pass. All right. So we're in the times where our people have to wake up and realize that he's on his way to return to bring judgment upon these our enemies. All right. Because now is the time when he seeketh those to worship him in spirit and in truth, to deliver them. So Isaiah 29:15, woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Talking about, these heathens and, mainly Esau, while they seeking out many inventions, all right, to corrupt our people. And then you got 2/3 of our people being wicked, trying to hide their deeds from the Lord and their works. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Let's read that in NLT. How foolish can you be? He is the potter, and he is certainly greater than you, the clay. So the created thing say of the one who made it, he didn't make me? Does a jar ever say the potter who made me is stupid? Soon, and it will not be very long. All right, let's skip on down. Verse 20, the scoffer will be gone, the arrogant will disappear, and those who plot evil will be killed. Matter of fact, let's go back up. All right, and KJV. Is it not yet very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest? And that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. The meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. All right. NLT, it says, those who use trickery to pervert justice, and who tell lies to destroy the innocent. All right, by their false testimonies, man, they're going to disappear. All right. Continuing on. In the NLT, Isaiah 29, verse 22. Now let's read that at the KJV. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, who redeemed Abraham, concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. All right, being covered with fear. That's what that means. All right. But when he seeth his children, the work of my hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name, and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the God of Israel. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn sound doctrine. All right. In the NLT, it says, for when they see their many children, verse 23, and all the blessings I have given them, they will recognize the holiness of the Holy One of Israel. They will stand in awe of the God of Jacob. Then the wayward will gain understanding, and complainers will accept instruction. All right, so that's what's going to consist of Yahweh's rulership, man, against the enemies of Yasha'Allah Israel. So Yahweh desire this video to serve this purpose. Till next time, I want to say shalom.